Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at reviewing Boku no Hero Academia chapter number 84. It originally came out Friday night. Saturday the majority of my day from 7 in the morning to about 6 PM. I was at work. In the evening, with everything that was going on, I had to basically go out, so it was a busy evening. This is the only chance I've really got to do it, other than my video that I did at 1 o'clock in the morning for the boxing last night, which is on Mother Channel Cinematics. In any case, this is the chance I'm getting to do it. Hopefully, once I get whatever's remaining in my schedule for the next couple of videos, we can move on. Also, World Trigger, I'm looking for World Trigger, I can't find it. If anyone actually knows a link where I can get the most recent chapter of World Trigger that's come out, I haven't reviewed, let me know in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get into this review. So, this chapter carries on from the last chapter, no major skips, it's still having that conversation, and they're still arguing about that should we go, who should go, should we not go, and basically Shuto and Krishima say, look, we're going at night, we'll get another kind of transmitter from Momo, and we'll go. Ida's still saying no at this point, and Shoji's basically trying to mediate, say, look, I understand people's frustration, but we need to leave it to All Might, and then at this point, Takeyomi basically says we should also leave it to All Might, mainly Takeyomi rather than Shoji. Shoji's more of an intermediary and say, look, I understand people's frustration, and the point is made by Ida that, look, breaking the rules makes us no different than the villains, which is an interesting point. So everyone's point of view is different. Obviously people want to help, we don't want to be breaking the rules. You should leave it to the professionals. The battle authorization has actually been declined or rescinded, so there's a lot of reasons for them not to do anything, but what will actually happen we'll find in further points. So, point number 2 is interesting because it's an interruption of that conversation. So a doctor comes in to do his checkups, he bandages him up and he mentions a few different things that's really important. So number 1, the recovery girl came in, she was really pissed off at him or something because he keeps going overboard, and he basically said if you keep doing this you will lose the full functions of your arms in the next 2 or 3 attempts. You will basically lose them. You really need to strengthen your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, and get stronger overall before trying to use that. So this life or death situation meant you push to the point of 100%, and that really has played a toll on his body, as it has done in the past. He did also say that before he forgot to go, he said, look, I've got a message for you, and it's from Kota, basically saying get well, I want to thank you in person, which was a nice scene that he's changed someone for the better. However, it's an interesting point, like I kept going on over these chapters in my reviews. I'm really concerned about how they go moving forward, because although the technique is so powerful, how long is it going to be a situation? Bearing in mind we're only 84 chapters into the series, so there's a long way to go ahead, but we don't want it to be something that has a long lasting effect on his career as a hero. But that's point number 2. Point number 3, it's night time now, and Shuto and Kirishima are basically waiting outside the hospital like they originally agreed. First, initially what comes out is Momo comes out, and she basically has with him Midoriya, Izuku. So basically the idea of Momo is she's basically there to ensure that she's got a failsafe so they can get out of there, not looking to fight and break the rules to prevent the fight. Mido is obviously still concerned about Bakugan. This is where Ida comes in, gives him a sock, and he basically explains, he goes, look, at the end of the day, I'm the class president. It's not just about Bakugan, it's about everybody. I do not want to get everybody into trouble because my feelings not worth enough. And basically explain that we want to do this without fighting, kind of sneak in there, kind of reminds me how Luffy's going to Big Mom, that kind of situation, I guess. And basically they want to go in and out kind of thing, and that's why Shuto is there, and Midoriya obviously wants to help his friends, and he goes, basically I'm going to do the same. So everything is coming together. They're explaining the points. So look, I'm a class president, I want to help, I don't want anyone to get in trouble, because Ida's feelings really are about the bigger picture, and everyone else in their own way is right, and so is Ida. So it's kind of like looking at it from a point of perspective. In everyone's view and their perspective, they are right and they want to do well. It's just a case of aligning them and getting them together before they can do that. So the gears are really set in motion. But the next point, wow, the lineup for this next point was brilliant. I need to get on to point number 4. Whew, point number 4. That lineup was something else. This is the pros that we've been looking to see. We want to see these lot in action. We want to really see their full capabilities. So there's 4 pros that are going into this rescue arc, this rescue mission. Okay, number 1, the number 1 hero of all time, All Might. Number 2 is the number 2, Endeavor. Number 3 is Best Genius, who's actually the 4th top hero, and number 5 is Edgeshot. Here's an interesting thing though. Who is number 3 and why are they not going? Is that like a foreshadow of things to come? Is it really a situation where that could prove to be something else, or basically are they unavailable and they're going to come later on? But that lineup looks solid. I cannot wait to see him all in action. All Might fan, being that he's the number 1 guy, I want to see him go, but I want to see what the other ones can do as well. Why are they number 2? Why are they number 4? Why are they number 5? Edgeshot to me looks like a sniper, a gun kind of specialist. I'm not sure with Best Genius. I don't know how that's going to work. Is that going to be a case where she can manipulate his or her genes to transform their body to react? I don't know. And Endeavour, as we know, is basically like a hellhound, is full of fire basically. So that's interesting in itself. That's point number 4. A crazy lineup. I cannot wait to see this kind of the gears get in motion and really get out there. That's point number 4. Point number 5 is a 2-part thing really. The first part is really what's happening with Bakugou. Essentially Shigaraki is basically saying, why don't you join me? And pretty much Bakugou's like, why don't you go yourself? So that, we expected that, it could not be anything other than that. Now will they kill him? What will they do to kind of bring him to their ways? There's got to be something that has to happen before Bakugou can be bad. But ultimately he answered it the way we would have. Now the next part is really, wasn't really part of the chapter, but it was like an extra bonus, and it was basically about Suyu, the frog girl, and explains her family. So I'm actually reading it, so if I do look down, that's what I'm basically doing. He talks about his father Ganma, 44 years old, the mother Beru, who's 40 years old, the little brother Samidari, and the little girl Tatsuki. And he talks about her past and basically the frog family. But she had when she was young, she had a friend, and basically initially it was like a stalkerish kind of friend, and basically she was like she was a mongoose. She was mongoose head, and they were basically kind of other species, subhumans basically. So she's a frog human, and that person was a mongoose human, and they became friends, and they went to different high schools, and she sent her a picture, and it was kind of cool to see that side of life, because really we get so focused in the action that there's other parts of the story that we don't really know about. This is why I like some of the chapters, and they have the fronts, and it talks about little things that not so specifically mentioned in the chapters, but it's interesting to know. So a little bit of world building there. Will that become a thing in the future where she comes to help? I don't know. Maybe she transfers, I don't know. But bearing in mind we're only really in the first kind of term, I guess, just finished. So there's many terms to go. They'll lead another 2, and then there's another 2-3 years after that. So this series is to go on for a while. There's plenty of opportunity for things to go. I can't wait to find out what's going to happen. But that's all for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the chapter. Give me a thumbs up if there's anything you've liked, and let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I do bring you regular reviews. Sometimes they're a bit late, but I still do them, and I do them on a regular basis, and quite a wide plethora of different mangas and animes. But that's all for me today, guys. Peace.